Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show, you six people. So I say about Thursday nights, it's feast or famine sometimes.
It's true.
But we do have a birthday reading to do tonight for Ladybug Love. We told her we'd be doing it tonight.
So we will do that before the other readings, right after the card for the collective.
And since this is winding down Super Tarot Love Month, I'm using the Love Casting Oracle that I just got. You can see I'm already getting in my lucky March mode. Hoping to push along spring. Ooh. Well, where's Kara? No, it's Freya. Desire.
Ooh, nice.
What number is that?
22. It's
All right.
one of those numbers.
Not another 2-2. Jeez, again, I've been seeing that a lot. All right, desire. The guidance is the Norse goddess Freya hears your heart's cry for what feels unattainable. She observes your cravings and yearnings and the overwhelming attraction that clouds your judgment when infatuation takes hold. Blind to flaws, you may long for someone out of reach or need to reignite passion and intimacy. Freya, whose beauty lit up the Norse cosmos, was desired by gods, yet her true power, lies in her mastery of desire and magic. She offers to guide you in harnessing your passion, manipulating longing into focused action, and claiming what you desire with confidence and seductive power. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, obviously, I like this line here of harnessing your passion, manipulating longing into focused action. You know, because that's what it takes. We said we yearn for things, but do we really go after them? We just sit here and we yearn for things. Sometimes you have to make the moves to, allow that door to open for you.
Being the active principle. And of course, there's a lot of reasons why, that may be more difficult for some people. Sometimes it's cultural traditions. It's sometimes people feel like it's more appropriate for somebody else to be the first one to step forward, things like that.
Right. So there's a lot involved here. But it's also this idea, too, when you are in a relationship, I'm eating a conversation art, don't allow your passion and your overwhelming passion that you feel. A lot of people love at first sight or those butterflies you get when you meet someone. Don't allow them to cloud your judgment. You need to have a clear head about you. There's a lot of people who take advantage of each other in this day and age. They're not honest partners, and we have to watch for that. So don't allow your passion to overwhelm your common sense.
Good advice.
All right, that's what I have for the collective.
All right, so as mentioned earlier, we have a birthday reading. We like to do those. Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
At the beginning of the show, because they're a little longer, and then we just get it out of the way. We only do one birthday reading a show. If you have a birthday coming up and you'd like us to do that, let us know, and we will schedule that. So here it is. It's the birthday spread that we will be doing for Ladybug Love. And Sunny has joined us. Hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Our good luck
Welcome.
mascot.
She's messing up my space.
Indeed. Okay, so I think I'm going to use my
sit up here.
Legend Arthurian Tarot. Have a seat, boy, and don't sneeze on me.
Sit right here with me.
Aw.
Lay down. Yeah, lay down. You know you can. Oh. Oh. Anything to keep him here.
We'll see.
Oh, see if Kara shows up. Sunny is here.
Thank you for your question, Shirley. All right, so the birthday spread, the birthday gift spread for Ladybug Love. Card 1. Do we both shuffle? I shuffled and cut. Is that okay?
That's okay.
All right. Card 1. The gift you received last year that you can use to make the most of this year. And it's the upright 8 of Cups. So very nice.
Nice, Ladybug.
The gift of last year was maybe the idea that you really felt you now saw where you should go. You now felt a calling to a direction. Perhaps it's the direction you moved into. The gift of last year was realizing where you wanted to go or where you felt something better could take you.
Yeah, that's really true. You know, the gift from last year is finding maybe a new purpose, a new goal, a new direction in life. Knowing that there's something better for you out there if you would just step outside, you know, open the front door, step outside that comfort zone. I'm talking about metaphorical doors here, Ladybug, you know, and recognize and go for something. Just decide, I'm changing my life. I'm doing this in my life now. I'm changing my mind about things. Whatever the case may be, there's some illumination involved in this too.
So the 8 of Cups is a card of movement, and so this indicates really that at that time a year ago, thereabouts, you began this path. You began moving towards this life you are having or wanted to move into. Card 2, the gift of the present moment. And it is the reversed 10 of Cups.
Oh. Well, the gift of the present moment. Well, the gift of the present moment sometimes is in walking away from things that are not working, you know, or realizing that you know, not achieving a goal or something that you desired is not necessarily the end of things. You know, it's not the end of things. It clears space for you one way or another, whether you achieve what you set out for or you don't. It clears space for new growth and new opportunities now to take place.
I really like what you said there because you said the gift of the present moment is to walk away. And I'm thinking like, but that's what happened a year ago. So maybe this is that realization, the gift of the present moment is that walk away from something you didn't want anymore paid off or reflects in your value now. It could, of course, obviously pertain to other things too, but it just kind of hit me that way, so I thought I should mention that.
Yeah, nice.
Card 3, the gift from your connections with others in the next year. And it's the upright Ace of Swords.
Nice.
Very nice.
The connections with the others, it seems like a little bit more intellectual stimulation from others. Maybe others have some role in setting you on this new path in some way. It could be. And but whatever the case may be, it seems like great ideas come from your connection with others. And I could go a lot of different ways with that. For example, if you've been having some negative experiences with others, well, you know, just thinking about all of that would set you on a different course. If you've been having positive interactions with others, you know, it might be that they will assist you on this new journey of yours.
Well, I almost wonder, you know, if the gift that your connections with others is that maybe y'all are starting a think tank of some sort. It sort of looks like a project
There you go.
where maybe you are, processing data or thoughts and or coming to, a sense of where you can go, work could go. The Ace of Swords too talks about moving in the direction of achievements or something like that. So in a way, it kind of goes along with the previous two cards about movement towards something, moving away from a lackluster something. So it could be the connection with your friends is working on conversations or stimulating intellectual projects or dialogue together.
I like it.
All right, so then we are on card 4. And card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals. And it's the upright 6 of Swords.
That's another movement card.
Yes, it is.
So I think, whatever this move is that you are making, it just seems to be tied into achieving some important goal of yours. Maybe, for example, your move could be away from toxic situations in your life, whether it's with family, coworkers, or where you live, whatever the case may be. Moving to a more tranquil, calm, peaceful space, whether it's here internally or whether it's an external journey that you're on.
It's really kind of interesting
Yeah.
that there are all these cards here. And so I don't know if, this is a process of continual improvement of some sort that you're trying to move towards the thing that you really feel improves you, or if it's merely more about, maybe residence kind of thing that you're also moving physically to put yourself into positions for something. It could be sort of a strange blend of either. But card 5 is the gift from your spirit guides and or ancestors, and what do they want you to know or keep in mind in this next year. And I'm kind of happy that you got so many upright cards. It is the upright Hierophant. So literally, this could be saying something as literal as maybe there's marriage.
Well, that's a possibility. I don't
Yeah.
see a lot of necessarily romantic cards here.
No, right.
However, you could be on that journey, but I also think when I see the Hierophant that when you find when you put yourself where you feel you want to be, you desire to be, you need to be, you find that better tranquil space for yourself in this year ahead, you will be able to establish a routine for yourself that feels very comfortable, very comforting, very secure, and it's almost as if you have found some real balance in your life once more.
Your spirit guides or ancestors are telling you stay the course in the way that
Oh, yeah.
invokes a sense of tradition, invokes a sense of sort of the Hierophant sort of stands in his own way for a sense of cosmic or correct doctrine too. And so this may not be saying like, you're going to become some great spiritual guru, but it could be saying that, they're telling you to listen for messages, perhaps from them or from other people, that might be about this kind of stuff that sort of gives you cosmic knowledge or wisdom in a way.
And you know what? I didn't really tackle it from the ancestral point of view, and something else has popped into my head while you're speaking. And I think your ancestors, Ladybug, really want to see you become the master of your life this year. To make sure everything, to have your boundaries in place, to make sure, that nothing blocks you from your forward progress and where you want to move yourself in this year ahead.
All right, then. Pretty good. So, card 6, the gift that the year will ultimately give to you, Ladybug. What lessons will you have learned, or what progress or growth will you have achieved by the year's end? And of course, it's not upright, it's a reverse card.
That's all right.
And it's the reversed Lovers.
All right. The gift that the by year's end gives to you is the fact that you can forgive yourself for past bad choices.
Oh,
Perhaps
I like
even
that.
you can forgive others for some transgressions once you have gone, been able to get yourself in the place you want to be. It's almost as if these things in the past, or things even from the past year that may have cropped up, you're able to let them go now. I think that's the gift of the Lovers reversed in this final spot. And considering all the cards we had here, is that you can let go of these things now because you taken control of your life and you have put yourself in a far better place. Come on. Move
I
your
really
arms,
like that. I
Nikki.
think that's a good way of looking at that.
Yep.
I knew I was going to wrestle with it a little bit,
Steve.
so you kind of helped me by going forward with that. And I think sometimes too, the gift ultimately that the year and your birthday gives to you, those energies, is realizing that you've come a long way, and that
Not
like
letting you
any
there.
of
If you
us,
go in here,
we
I'll
all
help
we all may make choices. There were a lot of cards of movement here, choices to move away from situations that maybe were too daunting or just not really
need to
where your
sit in
desire
here.
wanted to take you. And so maybe this is saying, really, if you found or felt that over this time, any of these choices really didn't totally satisfy you, it's okay, like Banshee said, to forgive yourself for that, because you learned something, and experience is always the best teacher. So, happy birthday.
I tricked him into coming in here. I told him I wasn't going to pet him unless he came in here. And then I put my hand in here and he followed it in.
Oh.
I'm a little sneaky.
So, happy birthday once again, Ladybug Love.
Happy birthday to you, Ladybug. I think he summed it up well. I don't even need to go there. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for you.
Hi,
Good luck with
Kara.
that. Hi, Kara. You must have known I've been talking about Sunny here. All right, Kara, I will get you on the list. You'll be here. Matter of fact, I'll post it again. And Sunshine's question. I have everybody's question today. Is what's coming towards me in love? Who is coming towards me in love? So let's keep that in mind. How do you want to do that? Who's coming towards me in love? The who. Oh, it's my deck. Why didn't you just tell me that?
I wanted to look you in the eyes.
Fine, my deck, my decision.
What the heck? Grab a deck. I hope we see them again someday.
Okay, we got the promo out for our
Yes, and I'm going to bring it up and we can talk over this one. Hold on a minute. Yes, it's us again. Hello, hello. And we're doing this tomorrow. It's our special live stream blowout and of Super People have been asking us for this for quite a
we'll talk about how it also affects you in your life today. We add a couple of twists to it, very short twists.
Sounds like it'll be fun.
Hard to hear.
Oh,
Can you hear us now?
it was probably because of the competing soundtrack music.
Maybe.
That's okay. We were just saying the blather about the event.
Yes, past life, past love. Interested in a past life reading? Check it out. We do this. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's speculative, for sure. But sometimes this resonates with people in a big way. So we're back to do it again.
Yeah. All right. Oh, he came out of the box.
I know, because I don't have my hands. I can't Hold him all the time. If somebody else could have pet him.
I was petting him for a while.
Yeah. Okay, so who is coming towards you in love? Well, first card. I got the Page of Cups. Well, somebody who could be slightly younger than you or a little less mature, but I feel in this way, it's not really maturity, it's just that they really approach life, with the wonder and awe of a child in a way. They have they're very open-hearted, and they like to have fun. They like to play fun and games, and they're very creative souls. And I feel like this could be a real intuitive connection with this person. It could be a water sign, right?
Yes, in fact, the person could be an intuitive sort of person. It could be a water
Mm-hmm.
sign, so possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or maybe they have, a relevant situation with one of those signs. I also get the feeling like maybe they might possibly be mystical or poetical or philosophical. They might like to study things and brood over that kind of stuff. But I think that even if they are younger than you, they're probably wise in their own way.
Hmm. Okay.
So this is about them.
This is about them a little bit, yes. Um,
It's the merchant
I
or
feel
the magician. I'm sorry, merchant.
I feel like they may be a little, you have to be a little bit wary of, you're going to be a little bit wary of this person when you first meet them, because I feel here that they're so unsure of themselves, or maybe lacking a little bit in the confidence factor, and they're playful and all, that they may not be totally truthful. They may try to trick you into believing some things because they feel they need to do that in order to gain, your attention from you. And I think I just have this feeling looking at the combination of the page and, well, wait a minute, was that page reversed? It was not
No,
reversed.
the magician is
The magician, you
reversed.
put it there on that side. I'm sorry, I thought you would do it normally. All right, well, at any rate, but the person in the middle's fine. It's fine. I just got confused. At any rate, I just got confused. So, at any rate, with the combination of these two cards, I kind of feel like they will grow out of this. As a matter of fact, they will learn really fast that they do not need to do that with you. I think they're mostly honest people, but they're lacking in the confidence and they feel they need to make up with it. And they're creative souls, and so they can come up with quite the stories.
There is something a little bit edgy about this person, not necessarily in a bad way, but I get the feeling like they might not be an intrinsically good or bad person. They might be a little bit wobbly in the ethical department, and that doesn't mean that they're outright disethical or unethical, but maybe sometimes truthfulness is a little bit vague to them, so they may tell or embellish stories about themselves or things. And so there's a thing there about maybe, getting used to that if you are moving closer towards them, like maybe it's part of their style or their personality, but for a serious relationship you might want to have, some parameters.
I was kind of going to do this last card because it's about who's coming towards you. I can't give you an exact timing of all this, of course, but um, I decided I wanted to do kind of how would you meet, see if I could get some beat on that, or what circumstances might bring you together. And lo and behold, the final card in the reading is the Ace of Cups upright. Like,
Okay.
wow. I almost wonder if it's going to be a love at first sight thing, but it could also just be that, it's one of these you're just at the right place at the right time kind of thing. It's almost like a chance encounter, but it seemed destined to be, if that makes sense.
I
Are there
really
any coincidences, right?
There aren't usually.
Yeah.
The
So,
Ace of Cups almost looks like, Badam, like the kitchen sink, like it is that kind of thing. or that it seriously is a beginning relationship
Yeah.
that has some great potential there. So it makes me want to kind of retrospect back towards the Magician and just suggest that maybe, you know, all things fair in love and war, this might not be a person who's a super great achiever when you meet them. Like maybe they're not, maybe I'm going to take
I like that.
the not ethical thing and just say they're not really a go-getter, or at least when you meet them, maybe some of you will rub off on them. But there is something here that really smacks of a pretty strong
Something
emotional
that really
connection.
clicks, you know, something that will really click. That's what it looks like. Holy moly.
All right, so
Hi,
here's.
Sunny, jumping back and forth.
I know, I
as
don't like you when you
usual.
do that. It's disruptive. So
Hey, I
let's
guess I'll put my cards up here, right?
let's
Hey,
throw our
everybody.
Lenormand out, and once again adding to this looks interesting. It's the sun
Nice. And the tree.
and the tree.
What?
And that's powerful, I think.
Holy moly, sunshine. I hope you meet this person.
Yeah, really.
'Cause this is going to grow into something very successful and happy. There's a lot of sunshine, there's a lot of joy. The tree is all about growth. So I do believe that this will really, you know, it's not going to take years to develop or anything once you meet each other, but in time, it's even going to grow deeper and stronger, you know, with the sun and the tree here.
Well, I almost wonder, like, okay, sun, sunshine. Maybe this person has a name that sounds like a tree. If it is, then that's him.
Oh, brother.
Anyways, I have to agree with Banshee that I feel like those Lenormand look really important because the tree is about family kind of stuff, growth, you know. So it could be that, you know, if nothing else, this person will remain your friend or will be a really powerful emotional friend to you. The sun in other meanings can really look like it favors, you know, couplings, marriage, etc. So
No,
love. Good luck.
not on my computer. You
Watch it,
cannot.
Sonny. Good luck, sunshine.
Good luck, sunshine. Oh, that looks fantastic, I have to say. All right.
And Selima?
Salama's up. Salama's up. Let's
Alrighty.
see. And I do have the.
Yeah, they left us a question.
I have it. I have it here
Thank
right
you.
now. Job opportunities coming towards me in the month of March.
All right, and I will use my Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. And I don't remember if you've been here before, but welcome if you haven't, or welcome back.
Thanks for cleaning your butt on the air, Sunman. Ah.
Oh, Sonny.
You get it all on this show. Well, it was slightly warmer today, CJ. It's going to be even warmer tomorrow, and then it's going to go down again for the weekend. And then we're going to get some snow on Sunday, and then it's going to start warming up next week again. We're in sprinter, I say. Spring and winter combined.
Okay. The first card is the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed. The second card is Death reversed. And the third card is the Nine of Swords upright.
What? So they're all reversed?
No, I said Nine of Swords is upright.
No, I meant those two. Those two are
Oh,
both
yeah.
reversed. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there seems to be some issues in March. Death is really what's bothering me here, reversed, Selima, because it indicates stagnation, like nothing is growing, nothing new is happening. So I'm a little bit concerned when I see that card. And you're feeling stressed. You're feeling stressed in March about the situation with the Nine of Swords up right there.
Yeah.
And so, don't lose sleep over this. Just keep at it. Mercury is going to be retrograde for a fair portion of the month, and that slows things down considerably. It's just almost as if you can't seem to connect with the right places or people. Maybe it's possible that, even job opportunity
Excuse me.
listings will be scarcer in the month. It's possible too. What's the second card again?
Death
Oh, it's
reversed.
the first card. I'm sorry.
It's the Ace of Pentacles
Ace of
reversed.
Pentacles reversed. And again, with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, that's indicating limited growth or delays. There seems to be delays. Like, for example, if you do apply for some jobs, it may take a while for them to contact you. And I wouldn't be even surprised in some cases if they didn't contact you like till towards the end of the month or into April.
Well, I look at the whole cards pretty much as a gestalt, and we mostly like to be pretty truthful, blunt. We don't like to sugarcoat things or suggest things that aren't really there. March does not look to be a good month. It doesn't look to be your month for sure. The Ace of Pentacles reversed, like Banshee indicated, could say that maybe you might have some things going on, but there's going to be delays about it. Or it's also possible, too, that if you secured a job, they would say, well, we're not going to be able to start you to April or something like that. So these cards don't really suggest what the opportunities are. They may just be suggesting that it's going to be kind of wobbly, Salima. It could also suggest that maybe I almost wonder if you've heard or feel that there is like layoffs going to be happening in your field of work. I sort of see that maybe from that first card, a downturn like that. And then the idea of the Nine of Swords saying really being stressed and anxious over this. So I think you are maybe, if you are working now, then I'm thinking there's something that will be bugging you about, the possibility of a layoff. Or you're wondering too about new jobs. Will they stand the test of time? Will they just be temporary jobs, or will they work out for something more permanent? So right now, I'm not seeing a lot. I think the stagnation card says too, and we're going to see this everywhere, really, in a lot of businesses going down.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to add one quick thing is that regardless what the cards are saying, that doesn't mean you should give up trying. You
Agreed.
should keep working at it. And I think the Lenormand are going to speak on that. That's why I was going to add it, and then I looked at the Lenormand and I'm shaking my head to myself. So,
Okay, a book. The book. And the writer.
so books, you look through books, you research something, you're searching for your answer in a book. So the writer is all about movement and to keep moving, to keep searching, to keep searching for a job, regardless of how slow it feels. And as a matter of fact, you never know. The tarot's a snapshot in time, so something may come through for you, but just keep in mind the energies of this month is really a slowdown. So you're up against that a little bit here, but hey, keep at it. Just keep at it.
And we need to remind everybody the planet Mercury has gone retrograde, and this will certainly impact things that are about communication. So, talking about, people trying to communicate over job situations, applying to jobs, it's gonna slow all that down.
So that's what we have for you right now. Hey, if you want to check back in a week and see if the energies have shifted any, we'll do that. But I would give it at least a
Absolutely.
week before asking again, and maybe two. So I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
All right, Spirit Connections is up, and I have their question here. tried to keep on top of everybody's questions today, and I thank you for them.
And there's different things going on too, spirit connections, because for days now, it just seems like I've had more nasal stuff going on. I'm sneezing more, I'm runny nose more, coughing more. But I think in my case, I think it's my allergies, and nothing has really sunk down. That's what concerns me, because a lot of times I myself get bronchitis as well. And when I get it, it's usually quite a while to get over it. I mean, I get back to work, but I'm just coughing and coughing.
Well, I myself just want to say I wish you well, Spirit Connections.
Absolutely.
I had this feeling, I don't know, I think it was that first time we did the reading for you when you were wondering about if you and your son were going to make it to test that one, that one weekend ahead. And I had said that he was going to heal faster than you. I kind of guess that was true, and I'm sorry for that. Hopefully you will be feeling better. But now let's just see what Spirit wants you to know. And I'm not necessarily going to connect this with health. It depends what I see here. Wow. Hey. Somebody loves you.
Oh, that's wild.
It's the Two of Cups. Oh, no. Well, the Two of Cups is interesting. This might be you working with your doctor. This might be you working with, your your medicines, trying to get this integration to happen, this healing integration. I did say I wasn't going to mention healing, but that popped into my head. However, I think Spirit wants you to know that they are really bonded with you. I'm feeling this, your guides, your ancestors, they're very, very bonded with you, and they are there for you during this difficult time and, through the other things you are going through.
Yes, it's about like a sense of a partnership,
Yeah.
It really is more that spirit partnership that says that, whatever they can do from their side, they will do that. They are there with you in spirit. And sometimes just adding, energy or whatever we call that to the heart chakra especially really can be invigorating for the health, I think.
Why is that important? Wow. I think because they recognize right now how frustrated you are that you can't get back to focusing on your goals, focusing on the things you want to manifest right now. They understand that this is tough. And so I would also suggest to you, since we see the strong partnership here, light a candle to them. Appeal to them also for healing and support, during this time.
Well, it's the Nine of Cups, and it's
Yeah.
reversed. You didn't mention it.
I'm sorry.
And,
Yeah.
but that's everything she just said.
Yeah.
And the idea, I think, really sums up that this was really disappointing to you, because not so much that it was your most fervent wish, but it was really a strong desire. You were really focused that way. You really were hoping to make that accomplishment.
Well,
So,
and in a more general sense, I would just say that they want you to always call on them, when you're frustrated
there
about,
you go. That's a good way to
difficulties
put it.
achieving your goals. They want to be there for you. Okay.
No, that's good. That's the best way to sum that up. That it's important that you understand they will help you with these kind of things.
So where are things headed? Seven of Wands reversed. Well, I think where things are headed is that the fact that, they will provide you some strength and energy, but you kind of have to stand up for your own health here now and, do what you need to do to heal. And also, as far as it goes, they will offer you strength, support, and just knowing that they are with you, while you're facing some of the obstacles that you may be facing still in achieving some of your goals.
The
So, oh, I'm sorry. So they've been with you in the past, and they're going to be with you in the future when you are facing a rough time.
Right. I think that's the only way you can really see that is that first card is the most important card. They are here to partner with you through thick and thin. And even when, you're not going to win the competitions or your health is going to set you back for a while, they're still going to be there.
What about the Lenormand?
The dog. See, they're loyal. The coffin. Bye, sunshine.
I'm not sure what to make of that one.
I know.
So I would say this. Is there one of your ancestors that has recently passed on, or that could be either a family member or a friend, somebody that a mentor that you could particularly offer prayers to and ask for their support, because I almost feel that's what's going on here. I'm looking at this coffin and I'm looking at the dog. It could also indicate to me that your ancestors on the other side want you to know that they're still loyal to you. They're still with you. They still trust you.
My personal feeling is that maybe one or a couple more so than certain ones, or maybe one, if it was somebody you actually did know in life, somebody that's passed on, a grandparent or something like that, they had a particular interest in you. They liked you a lot out of other possible grandchildren or people that they might have known. If it's somebody older that maybe represents more of a spirit guide kind of thing, it's still the same thing. I have a feeling that for some reason you're chosen by them and there's a connection there. And you mentioned that you do, that work, you do make prayers or talk to them. So
it's kind of odd, but that's the way I would look at it. They want you, or your answer is just telling you, we believe in you. You can trust us to be there for you. That kind of vibe. So,
well, it's somebody that really cares about you.
And it's definitely, obviously, coffin, your ancestors and guides on the other side. So good luck with that.
I hope that works.
All right, that was an interesting read.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sonny, you just cannot get up on my computer. I have to type.
Sonny.
Okay. And I hope you feel better soon.
I do.
Christine. Libra cusp is up. Oops. And why did I do that? Why didn't that... What?
That's interesting, CJ. Huh.
And there it is, general reading.
General for Libra already.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that is. It's cool when stuff like that happens.
You're
So
welcome,
cool.
CJ, or Christine.
You're very welcome, Christine. All right, let me put this away.
That's right. No time for germs. Good luck.
Gosh, life doesn't give us any time to be sick. It's true.
What's
All
up?
right.
Looking at him. Yes.
Yeah. Never mind, I forgot where I put them.
Oh.
I could have sworn I pulled them though. Kind of odd.
No, I used my cards last time.
So you
Hi,
pulled the
Ari.
coffin and the dog?
Yeah, from here.
Oh, okay. That was
See?
so weird. Yeah.
So they weren't yours. Hi, Ari.
Hey, you made it. Hi, Ari. I have everybody's questions so far, Ari, so you can shoot when you're ready.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Things happen. Mercury was retrograde. Well, or it started.
Well, it was in the shadow.
Lisa! Hey, Lisa.
Lisa's here. Hey, long time no see.
Thank you. All right, general reading for Libra.
I'm going to repost
I'll just throw these out. So Libra wanted a general reading, and our 3 cards are the reversed King of Swords.
Under a big rock.
Oh, I'm glad you were able to crawl out. 3 of Cups is upright.
Is the swords reversed or upright?
Yeah, it's reversed.
Okay.
And Judgment is reversed.
Okay, so it's King of Swords. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said King of Swords.
King of Swords reversed. And the 3 of Cups upright. Judgment reversed. And Libra wanted a general, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I posted that, but I will.
You did,
Oh,
because
okay.
that's what I was operating under.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I did. I see it.
Uh-huh. So, the King of Swords reversed, maybe there's a sense of a decision you're looking at that you don't feel good about. Maybe you feel you need more information, or maybe you feel you're going to have to kind of be a little medieval in some ways. It might be something where you sort of have to be forceful. But I get the feeling like, things are on your side in this decision. It just maybe, there's a little bit of not exactly sure which to decide, but mostly it's the idea that you need to decide, I think.
Well, I don't know here. I'm getting a completely different vibe. And, I go either way sometimes with the King and the Queen of Swords. It's either a person or it's personality traits, or it's about decision making, poor judgment, cloudy vision, all that stuff. But I'm feeling person vibes here, and it's largely with that 3 of Cups there that's in the middle. Because when I think of the 3 of Cups in the middle, we got Judgment on one side reversed, and then we got this nasty King of Swords character. Somebody is really being harshly judgmental in, either in your friendship circle, or maybe somebody is picking on you for the type of friends you choose. I could see either thing going on here. There's some criticism, some judgment going on, and it relates to your inner circle in a way of people you like to hang with. Could it be family? Maybe. But I'm sensing here that it's definitely people that are close to you, and it's either one of them or it's somebody who's slightly outside. You know how sometimes, for example, in love relationships, a partner will get jealous or too upset if you're spending too much time with friends, okay? And then sometimes they even pick on the kind of friends you choose. That's just an example. I mean, parents and family can do that too. But that's what I'm feeling here.
When I moved to the second card, I started to get that glimmer there that this is something that just sort of feels disruptive with, a body of friends or possibly your family. But there's a sort of sense like somebody is trying to disrupt the camaraderie or the sense of fellowship you might be feeling. And I almost wonder too if like maybe there's a challenge here saying like certain things that are believed in group or whatever are wrong or false or haven't really, availed nothing. Like the sense of judgment reversed is saying, like, you were wrong about this, and so you could be wrong about other things. Maybe there was an argument over choices that had consequences because things didn't work out correctly. So here we have the fox and the fish. Well, fox likes fish.
Well, I don't know if it's an argument concerning money or the abundance again could indicate just this idea that it's about too much time being spent with friends. But the fox is saying this. The fox is saying this really, and actually, I'm looking at it in combination with the fish to say that you're just going to have to think of some clever ways to get, to solve this. You're going to have to come up with some clever, crafty ways to calm tensions down.
I like that because it sort of feels like with the swords and the judgment, there's heavy handedness going on, and probably returning that won't work so much. It might just be better to be more clever about it in certain ways without it turning into a blowout or a fight.
All right, Ari, I got your question.
Oh, that's right. He's a Pisces. Yeah.
All right, I got it. I don't know what else I can add.
Right.
But
I think you definitely want to watch for it, and maybe basically just don't rise to their fever. If this becomes an argument, don't give it more energy, I guess,
yeah,
if you
right.
can.
And I think I will say this though that beware of any kind of because there is another aspect to the fox. Beware of any kind of sneaky, kind of sneak attacks. Some things people say sometimes, the way they criticize you, you're wondering, is that a compliment or is that a or is that a put down? You know what I mean? So just be aware of any kind of sneaky things these people try to do to bust up your friendships a little bit here because I almost worry about that a little bit in this situation too, particularly with the Judgment card reversed, I think.
Yeah, I
So,
almost feel like
well,
somebody.
actually, the King of Swords
I
reversed.
almost feel those cards feel like somebody is trying to be disruptive for some reason. I don't know what it is, their own vanity, or maybe it was like the scenario that you were suggesting too, jealousies of some sort. Good luck, Libra.
Really? Wow, what's going on with you and CJ there? That's interesting, Kara. Hmm. Well, there's some wacky energies right now. I think, is it this weekend? I thought my weather person said that all the planets, it sounded like almost all of them, were going to be in alignment on Saturday.
So
So,
that's it, Kara. If that tells you they want you to get to work, it's okay. But when we tell you they've been telling you,
and you missed the card for the collective, Kara. It was a card with Freya on it, Freya energy.
no, we're just teasing. I'm just teasing.
All right.
Shirley.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm dropping the ball. Shirley is up, and I do have the question.
Sounds like that weirdo Mercury stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I heard Mercury is Mercury in Pisces? Is that what's going on? Yeah, the sign of Pisces. So the thing is, I read somewhere that Mercury or Pisces doesn't like Mercury there, or vice versa, or there's an
I
uncomfortable
can see
factor
that.
going on. But maybe too, Pisces a very dreamy kind of intuitive kind of sign. Of course, being water as well. And so I sort of feel here that maybe, Mercury being kind of airy, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
or is it more fire? It's really air,
It's air.
messenger. And so I kind of feel they mix in this sort of way where you might get messages through these kinds of methods during this Mercury retrograde season. Sorry, I'm babbling here. All right, so it's my deck, and I put early. Did I put early up instead of Shirley? I'm
You just
sorry.
didn't copy this.
But Shirley is up. That's funny. Yeah, I cut it off, but that's okay. All right, so she's wondering if a job offer will come or if she'll have students in the next 7 to 10 days. Do we want to do 2 and 2 on that?
Sure.
All right, it's my deck. Choose the Tarot of Hearts. Okay, so the first one will be about a job offer, and the second one will be about more students.
All
And
right.
maybe both will turn out to be true. We'll see. All right. Oops, that way. Okay, we got the Queen of Wands reversed. And Justice upright for the job offer. What do you got for the Lenormand for that?
The birds and the tree again. So some things look good. Some things are interesting here.
Yeah. The Queen of Wands reversed is a little bit concerning, but Justice makes it sound like things might balance out here. I almost wonder, though, when I'm looking at the Lenormand, and I'm not sure why this popped into my head, but I'm wondering if they're going to want to know a little bit more about you and your knowledge base and your skills. They may have some questions. So I wonder if they won't call you to at least ask some questions in advance. The Queen of Wands reversed, though, is worrisome to me because I still think maybe it's saying that you're just not, they're not connecting with you yet. They're not, either the process is slow, they haven't gone through all the resumes, they haven't gotten to you yet, perhaps. Whatever the case may be, it could just be a slowdown of the process.
Something does feel funny with the Queen of Wands. I almost feel like this just suggests that they haven't really been totally, gaga over the communication or the information they have about you, whether it's, from the resume or the application. So it's not real bad, but Justice sort of balances that. And so maybe that's saying that they like you from the skill level or the overall level, but maybe they're wondering if your personality clicks in the situation, something like that. So I think it balances, people get hired even if they have, grumpy personalities or whatever personality. I'm not saying you're grumpy, Shirley. Now, did you talk about the Lenormand?
I did. I didn't talk about Justice, so I was about to do that.
Well, you just sort of mentioned the word, but...
Right.
Yeah.
And basically what I'm feeling here, Shirley, is that Justice indicates to me that you can rest assured that you will be treated fairly and objectively. I feel that way with Justice here. And I got another impression off the Lenormand while he was talking there, and that is that the birds in the tree could indicate to me that it may take longer than 7 to 10 days to get this interview. But I have a feeling you will be hearing from them. I just do. So be sure to put your best foot forward, whether you're on the phone with them or you're in person with them. That Queen of Wands reversed is indicating don't be shy, You sure you know,
That's
you.
something I also wanted to say too, because I do feel this just looks good, but it may be the time factor. Like it may not be exactly 7 to 10
I
days.
think that might be what's going on here.
Just remember to, keep your personality shiny and bubbly when they reconnect with you.
All right, next.
All right, so more students.
Well,
And it's the devil.
wow.
Oh, wow.
I
It's
know.
a tag team, devil and death.
Hmm. Uh, why am I thinking of that line from the Batman movie? Dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Oh, right, that one. Well,
Well, all right, where's Lenormand? Yes.
the whip and the crossroads. And like the whip goes with the devil and the crossroads goes with death. How interesting.
In a way, but
In a way.
in a way. I feel here, I feel here that it seems as though the new students, it's a slow process. The devil's here, and I kind of feel there are hang-ups. There are things blocking students from, signing up right now. You getting more students. There may be things that they're dealing with. They may feel strapped by finances. Whatever the case may be, they seem to be blocked right now. But I do feel with the death card here that maybe it will change in time as well, because that's all about change. Unless it's saying that, your ability to change and bring in more students at this time is kind of stuck by circumstances, beyond your control. They're being held back by either not being able to afford it right now, or they're just other things interfering and holding them back from doing it.
A thought came to me, Shirley, and I was wondering if your flow of students, not from your point of view necessarily, but from their point of view, does it depend on other cycles going on in their lives? Like if they're younger people, are they balancing this out with other schedules, whether they're class schedules or other schedules? So I'm wondering if this is a point in the time, it's late winter, early spring, there's just sort of a sense of they're in between things or they're trying to change their schedules. And I sort of see that as a gestalt of all of these things. The crossroads suggest there's different paths they're considering. The whip says, oh, but I have to, do this quickly and succinctly. And death says, well, there's things that are changing. And of course, that's the world, things change abruptly. Sometimes people cancel classes or cancel their obligations, and then other people have to figure it out. So I do think,
I didn't do the. Go ahead.
okay, go ahead.
Well, I didn't do the whip and the crossroads if you did that. The whip and the crossroads to me is interesting. I think maybe there are people just struggling with things right now. I think the whip is kind of a struggle. There's fast things that happened in their lives that maybe made this inaccessible to them at this time, or unable to take this on at this time. So it could be sudden bills that popped up for people. It could be just other things that have intervened that has caused them to not consider it at this time. Now, again, I kind of feel here that maybe it's possible that this will shift and change towards the end of the month, and not so soon as 7 to 10 days. I think as Mercury starts winding down a little bit more in March, maybe there'll be some movement there. I think there's potential on both of these, but it does seem like there's delays or things going on, which again, Shirley, it doesn't surprise me because of the energies right now.
All right.
So good luck with that. Do you have anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I think that, that combination of cards on the last set sort of looks like it's going to happen, but it just may be taking longer. the movements toward these, situations. Good luck.
Good luck with that. And I gotta say something before we move on to CJ. But I'm gonna get CJ's question out there, which is
Hi,
what
Alicia.
comes out. Hi, Alicia. Well, we sure got that wrong about the stock market, didn't we? Boy. But it did rebound a bit too since then, I think. All right, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I wanted to talk about Kara and CJ's episodes here and say, in a sense, this is very much in line with Mercury, these odd electronic happenings, right? And so, I mean, Kara says she hadn't played with her CD player in a long time, and suddenly it pops on like that. And so, you got to wonder here. There's a lot of electricity maybe in this Mercury retrograde.
You were just talking with somebody about electricity and trees.
Was I?
Yeah, weren't you?
Oh, I saw an article on, I can't remember what platform it was on, but somebody had pulled something from Scientific American to show this glow in trees that comes after thunderstorms. They were actually able to catch it. It's like these twinkling lights. The electricity hits the ground or whatever from the storms, but it travels up the trees, and trees will actually glow in the infrared spectrum. So if we could see, in the other spectrum, we'd see all these glowing trees in a forest. And they had a picture of an example of it, and it just looked so cool. Yeah.
All right, whatever is coming.
Well, not during a thunderstorm, maybe.
I know.
Anyway.
That's temperance, right? 14.
Yes.
Reversed.
Oh, reversed? Okay.
8 of Cups is reversed.
Jeez. All reversed.
And this is the Knight of Pentacles. Reversed. Knight. So yeah, 3 reversed cards. The Ship. And the Stork.
Well, all right. So, a little stressed out maybe, CJ. A little stress is coming your way. Feeling a little pressured. Just feeling that things are not in balance, whether they're in your outer world or within your inner world. And with the 8 of Cups reversed, this may have something to do with something that you have to go back and revisit, something that's not finished. And you want closure, you want to be done with this. And so it may be, this is what you feel must happen in order for you to achieve balance once more. And with the Knight of Swords, right?
No, it's Pentacles.
Pentacles. Yeah, I see it there. Knight of Pentacles reversed. This could have something to do with money or finances, or, maybe with something relating to your own self. You just feel out of alignment right now. And maybe, this retrograde energy or something else has something to do with that.
Well, that Knight of Pentacles could also say, too, that this is just going to really slow you down or drag in a way. And, of course, I'm seeing you're talking about focusing on one thing at a time. Maybe this is saying, these things are allowing you to look at it that way. I also think that the reversed 8 of Cups could be saying, too, not that you have to go back, but that maybe you just don't feel you can go forward at this point. And so that if there was some particular course of action you thought you could be moving towards, you're not so sure you can do that at this time. And some of that is maybe bound up with the idea that things aren't settled. Things are very unbalanced, or you feel like there's a heavy gravity in some parts of your life and not enough gravity in other parts. Some things maybe you can't seem to hold on to, and other things you can't get rid of.
Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles indicates here that maybe it's also something that you were trying to avoid having to deal with. But the bottom line is you're going to feel like you can't move forward until you deal with whatever this is. Whatever is, if whether it's internal or external, as I said. And I have this feeling here that, in order to put yourself in a better place, which I see here with the ship moving forward towards a brighter future, a better beginning, a new beginning, it's not going to happen until, things start realigning again and everything starts to fall back into place.
So maybe as my look at the Lenormand, the prelude to that Knight of Pentacles says you may have to just adjust to the slower pace of things, because it probably wants you to focus that way so that you can really work on the journey towards the change. Because remember, the Eight of Cups said you wanted to move somewhere, but maybe something was blocking you. You probably are doing the best thing you can already. We're not really telling you anything you don't know. You have to sort of work on things one at a time to better position yourself going forward.
That's what we have for you. Wow. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And Miss Kara is up.
Kara.
Let me grab those.
No, I get it. I'm ultra cautious myself. I tend to take a long time to do almost anything anymore. You're welcome. And I noticed.
Did you post a question, Kara?
Yeah, I don't think we got her question. And I noticed Rowan is here, so hi, Rowan.
Yeah, I've got Rowan on the list now.
Kara, don't make us drop you. I'll remind everybody that we are back Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. It's March 1st.
And I missed it.
All right, I'll look for it. Oh, there it is. No, wait, that was you talking about the thing.
You did post it. Okay. Oh, okay. It was about the meditation, right? You're wondering if it's Freya or Odin telling you to get to work. I get it.
All right.
I'm sorry, Kara.
It's been a long day.
There we go. Well, let's use the Winter Tarot. It's going to be spring. This is going to have to go away. I can't wait till she comes out with more decks for the seasons.
Thanks for when.
Thanks for when. Okay, we'll get to that. If it's not clear, we will do a yes, no. Not sure this is my reading. I'm wondering if I should just throw...
You missed Alicia on the list.
Oh, I forgot Alicia. Alicia,
she's after
sorry.
Lisa, but before Rowan.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. And what did Rowan want? General guidance?
General guidance.
Okay. All right, let me repost the list because I have updated it. Okay. Anyway, Mr. O, as I was trying to say, I don't think I'm going to do the 3 card. I mean, I want to throw 3 cards. That's what I want.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's right for my
Mr. O made spaghetti. I made it a couple nights ago and then I just put it up until tonight. And oh, it was so good. But onions. I'm burping a little bit.
Okay, we start with the Seven of Winter Pentacles reversed. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. And
Yes, it
followed
was
by
pretty
the-
yummy.
Oh, goodness. The Two of Winter Cups reversed. Well, they're all reversed, and it's the Magician reversed. Oh boy, Kara. They aren't mincing words. I can tell you that. Let's see here. With the Seven of Winter Pentacles, it's pretty clear to me that they want you to get to work. They want you to get to work. They don't want you to give up. They want you to get to work. And
Crossing the ring.
what is that?
Crossing the ring.
Oh, jeez. They're worried about your commitment, I think, there, but we'll talk about that. I think here, with that's a Two of Cups reversed, they're feeling like they're not getting through to you. I think I see that here. They're trying to get through to you, but they feel they're not. So you might have to maybe do some more meditation, do some of your own card work on this and see, what might be trying to come through here. I'm going to stop with the first two.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for the gods, but are you welching on them?
Oh, no.
They know you can do this, so you better think about that. What is that last card there?
That last card is the Magician
It
reversed.
is the Magician. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is like not a time to play games with them. If you want me to, well, did you cover those two cards? Are you happy?
I haven't covered anything really. I just said what I said in a pithy way. So, what's the first one?
The first one's the Seven of Winter Pentacles, which
yeah.
is why I said to get back to work.
Get back to work. And then that was the Two of Cups. Honor the promise or be loyal. And the Wizard reverse. I think they're saying sometimes you don't have the confidence that you feel you want to have. And I think what they're saying is that doesn't matter to them, Kara. They realize that all of us aren't always sure what we're doing. They just want us to do what we promise ourselves or others to do. And so they're feeling like even if you don't feel you are totally up to this, it's a journey. It's a journey, and you'll get there eventually, or you're going to have adventures along the way.
Try to fake it or pull the wool over their eyes, and it ain't gonna work.
No,
It ain't gonna work.
no.
You have to dedicate yourself. No more. They're not going to accept excuses. They want you to work hard, and they're concerned about your commitment. When I see the last two cards there,
The ring and the cross.
the ring and the cross, they're worried about your commitment, your long-term commitment to them, perhaps. So I would just say that do something in their honor. Do something to honor them as well as read for them. And try to figure out what their message truly is. And do something to honor them, because I think maybe they need that right now from you.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be grandiose.
And maybe some rededication to, doing the work that they have set out for you.
Good luck.
I like that. So, good luck with that. I mean, they're kind of harsh cards, but, it's not like Odin doesn't dish out sometimes some tough love.
Well,
Or Freya, for that matter.
they say the gods never give us a burden that's too hard to bear.
Oh, you say that.
I say that. You're right.
Well,
So get busy.
I think the gods sometimes can be a little unreasonable.
All right. So we are on Airy, and just a reminder, we still need a question from Lisa, because you'll be after that. All right, so that's my deck, right?
Yeah.
What deck do I want to use?
And I'm getting the question.
Oh, I'm so sad for you. I hate family drama. I
Oh,
just
the
cut my
drama
family off
llama.
totally.
No drama llamas.
All right, no, that works. We'll get to that then.
All right. So the question is out there, and it's about Daniel, the Pisces.
When
birthday.
will I possibly stop thinking about him? Uh-oh. I don't
If
know.
it happens. Well, yeah, let's see what the cards say about that. Then maybe I could get out my timer cards if we need them, but we might get an idea from this.
And I'm doing the Tarot of the Northern Shadows.
All right. Got it.
And Temperance has showed up again, also reversed
Oh.
again.
Yeah, this is interesting. With Mercury going nutso, I'm not surprised.
And the Knight of Discs has shown up again, but this time it's not reversed. And this is a different deck, so that's kind of funny. Eight of Wands, and Eight of Wands is also upright.
Oh, this is funny. I mean that. I don't know about this yet, but I just see the mountains.
The mountains.
Ooh, letter.
And the letter. So clearly this does outline that idea, of what you're saying, Temperance is reversed and you're kind of not very balanced about your thoughts about Daniel. I'm trying to see if I can intuit something more there.
What's the last card?
It's the Eight of Wands, upright.
Well, I could look at that. Daniel's a Pisces, though. He's not an Earth sign, but I feel here that
It could be a surrogate.
the Knight of Pentacles just could indicate a couple of different things to me, and I'm going to throw them both out there, Ari. I think here, in some instance, like he said, let's start with Temperance. That Temperance reversed is indicating that something is still out of balance, is why you're still thinking about him. You're still emotionally kind of pulled towards Daniel, and you can't let it go. You just don't seem to want to let it go. But it is causing some imbalances, in other areas of your life. Yeah, Temperance reversed. But here, I feel that why that card is there, it could be indicating to me it's because Daniel really left a mark on you in some way. He left some impression on you that has lasted. It's lasted. And I'm kind of seeing that with you have these good feelings for him, regardless. He's just there. Do you have anything to add? Because I'm going to go on in a minute.
Okay, well, with the Knight of Discs, I like what you said there,
I have one more thing to add, but go on.
This person is representing to you something that's really stable and what you want. And, you've always expressed that to us. You have a really clear idea of what your goals are, and you've never really wavered. And so, that always impresses me about you, Ari, that you know exactly what you want. And so this sort of feels like you have that feeling like this is what you want. I think he's more represents the idea that you feel he is, the match for you.
But I feel something else here too about that Knight of Wands or Pentacles and why he's possibly here. Because you asked specifically about when you would stop thinking about him. Could it be you will stop thinking about him when somebody else enters the picture? I think it's possible. I think it's possible because I see that Eight of Wands there. And that Eight of Wands is about movement, and connecting with others again. So once you maybe establish another connection that is, more, is better for you, you will let Daniel go. But right now you don't have that. And so you can't release him. And I think here too, I don't know about the Lenormand yet.
The Eight of Wands really backs
there.
up what she said. I
Yeah.
think it's saying that until you find, the other goals you want, the other focus you want, it's not going to deter from him very much. Having said that, I sort of get the feeling like the Eight of Wands could be saying that maybe it'll move faster than we can predict or see, but it's not very near.
Maybe. I'm not sure why the letter and the mountain are here. I've been trying to think about this in a couple of different ways, and I'm drawing a blank, but I really feel here maybe this is just saying, if you're expecting an invitation or something new to happen for Daniel to resurface, there's a lot blocking that. There's obstacles in that path. That's likely not going to happen. But if this is about the other part of what I just said, yeah.
Right, I think that sort of speaks to the second to the last comment.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel here that things are going to move slowly for you anyway right now. There is challenges ahead. And so long as you're sort of in this kind of quasi state of not having anybody else to think about, that's what you're going to think about for the time being. But I really think it shifts and changes when you start taking an interest in other people that are,
And that's going to be rough because, by your own admission, he's not very far from your thoughts for this last year.
Yeah.
So you might have to break down a little bit, Ari, and have a couple of fun, cheesy dates. Not go, where you don't want to go, but just have some cheesy date fun to get it out of your system a little bit. Or do group dating where you do something with other people and then it's not very serious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you...
Do they even do that anymore? I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, Mr. Old Man,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like we know about the dating scene. Not much anymore, I have to say, other than what we hear from you and clients. I mean, so I would say that right now Mercury, of course, is retrograde, and it's going to be hard for things to open up for you for the foreseeable future. So I mean, use this kind of thing constructively. If you're going to constantly think of Daniel, then focus on what is it about Daniel that I want to see in my next relationship. And focus on thinking in those terms. Think about Daniel as the
standard.
The standard for you, if you
you
will.
judge others towards him. And
what is it that really draws you so magnetically that way, and what you want to see in someone else?
You look for that in someone else.
So at least use it constructively for the time being. And my guess is, that once things start to open up for you, Daniel will start to fade. That's what it looks like through the cards. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Ari. And that means we're on Lisa, our good friend Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
I hope you find somebody else as soon as possible, Ari. I really do. All right, Lisa is up, and I've got the question.
Alrighty.
Good luck with that, Ari. And Lisa's question is about llama drama, family drama.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
All
What's
right,
in store for
my
you
deck.
working through your family drama?
My deck.
Hello, baby.
Well, I am going to use the Golden Girls. The Golden Girl. I'm changing up my decks. Super Tarot Love Month is over, so we'll be getting new decks or my other decks into the mix. Sunny, I'd appreciate you not going after my spearmint tea. Thank you.
Sonny, I just couldn't give you any more attention if I tried.
I like this deck. I bring it out certain times of the year and sometimes just for fun. Not by my computer. Anyway, the after we're done with Mr. O's, is this the second week? You have one more week with your cards, right?
No, I think this is it. Oh, no, you're right. I have one more
You
week.
have one more week. I already know what I want to do for my next cards for the collective, but I'll hold off on mentioning that. We got a whole nother week with Mr. O's animal deck. Well, sort of animal deck. All right. Release yourself, Lisa. It's the devil reversed.
Well, the Devil Reverse does talk about that.
Six of Pentacles upright. Huh. That's a real interesting reading. So that Six of Pentacles is covered by two reversed major arcana cards. And these major cards are more positive. Well, Hierophant, yes and no, but they're likely a little bit more positive when they're reversed.
Fish. Key.
The key?
The key is the fish.
All right.
How to move forward.
Ooh, well, let's see. How to move forward is just to say you're done. You know, you're done letting these kinds of things block you, stagnate you.
Well, what's in store moving forward? That's what our question actually says. Sorry. Don't look at me like
Okay,
that.
so what's in store moving forward is to release yourself from the blocks, from the stagnation. I feel this is coming. You're just going to decide enough's enough. I think you know, are the ones that can break those chains that are holding you there. So that's what the Devil Reversed is about. And I'm just going to go one more card in to the Six of Pentacles because you need more balance and stability in your life. Maybe you give to others, but if you're not getting back in equal measure, you know, then it is absolutely time to move on. And if things are not evening out for you, that card calls for that. It says you need to be treated fairly, you need to be treated right. And so by releasing yourself, you're ensuring, you know, that you hold on to your power in the situation.
That devil can totally speak to the idea of family dramas because the devil in either form, reversed or upright, can talk about our codependencies, our sense of being obliged to them because they're family and how we sort of become dysfunctional over that. So this is saying what you can expect moving forward is to release that. The devil's reversed. You're releasing that. You're figuring out where you need to set up healthy boundaries, or that will be part of moving forward, is saying to these people, I have to do this way.
And finally, with the Hierophant reverse.
Wait, I didn't do the Six of Pentacles yet.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
So I mostly agree with Banshee here. I think the Six of Pentacles really says that you want to be sharing with people, whether it's the family or others, what is shared back with you. You want to be about reciprocal. So, in other words, if there are people who have mostly been using you or have not been able to acknowledge how much you have given to them, it happens in families. Maybe you just need to remind them and just say, hey, I'm here. I'm your sister-in-law. I'm your aunt. I'm whoever, you know.
And so finally, that last card says it is time to upset the status quo. The status quo needs to change. You know, you should just say, I'm not tolerating this anymore. I'm done. You know, and you know, that's a part of revolution and revolt when it's reversed from the status quo. And so it's time for you to just say, yeah, I'm not playing the game anymore, and I'm done.
Certainly, if there are other things about the obligatory nature of family dramas, this could just be you saying, okay, but I'm going to do it this way, not the way that you say I have to do it. So it could be finding your own solutions around those dramas or those situations. And of course, I think the big part of it is sometimes you just have to, you know, let them suffer in silence a little bit. That's me, Scorpio.
I don't know if any of this situation revolves around money or property or disagreements about things. Because when I'm seeing the fish there, the key could be about finances or money, or maybe even if you're getting involved in people asking you for money and stuff like that, you know, that could be an issue too. But the other thing about the abundance card, you know, it's about fish swimming. And so it is saying here, you've been going through a lot of stuff. You know, you've been swimming through this for a while now, and it's time to say enough. You're done with it, and let some of that go. The key is about how much you've been putting up with, and maybe also the key is how much are you willing to put up with. Because, you know, when people realize you are opening that door, they're ready to pile on more of whatever it is they're doing to you.
Well, fish stand for abundance, and the key is saying, you know, you have to find your way or your rationale to what you think is abundance for you. And it may not necessarily receiving inheritances or having the best job or whatever it is. It's about that personal integrity or that personal peace you have for yourself along with your mate, you know, whoever you do draw around you as legitimate.
I don't know what else I could add. I think that's what we have for you, and I hope that resonated. It's so good to see you again. Maybe if Michigan weather ever gets normal, we can visit. We can meet halfway or something sometime.
That would be fun.
Pull you away from that drama. So good luck with that.
Thank you. And I've been reading you too, Ari. Say hi to Brian for us. Alrighty.
And Alicia is up. All right.
We should probably just close the list.
Zoom. Oh yeah, we should by now. You're absolutely right. All right, everybody on the list, which isn't only Alicia and Ren, will get a reading.
And just a little reminder, tomorrow night, check out Past Lives. Maybe they never went away. We don't know. Check out our live stream tomorrow night from 7 to maybe 9, maybe 8:30. Gotta get there early because we're going to be spending a little time with you. Check it out. Tomorrow at 7 to 8:30.
I'm a little bit obsessed there, but hey, you know, you really serve as a good model for you looking forward, but if you keep looking at everybody to match up to Daniel perfectly, you may miss out on some other good opportunities. So don't be too narrow in that focus. That Eight of Wands kind of indicates, that you should focus in on something.
I don't think this is you, Ari. This is more like me back in those days, too, that sometimes putting somebody as such that standard prevented me from finding somebody else because that person was the most perfect and everyone else had to be that perfect or else no way. So I'm just saying that there's always the possibility that you use that as a way from forming another, connection. I don't think that's you, though, but I think it could be possible.
All right.
All right, it's your reading for Lisa or Alicia. And she has asked, what do I need to know about work bids? Yeah, it's a scary time right now, or it's interesting time.
What do we need to know about work bids? Okay, what do you need to know? Okay, let's see.
Something triggers that, I think, Ari.
Huh. Oh gosh, now I gotta find a different place to buy these wonderful teas since our favorite store closed. That's interesting.
Are you ready?
Was it my deck?
Yeah, because I
did Lenormand.
Because I used
What did you
whatever
use?
I used. I think it was. Wait, was it you?
I thought it was. Who did we just do?
It was Lisa.
Yeah, and it was the Golden Girl deck I used.
Oh, you're right.
Now
I'm
he's messed
sorry.
me up. I gotta shuffle again.
And I do too. Alrighty. So for you, Alicia, I'm going to use a newer deck. It's called the Urban Tarot. It's newer for me. It's one you gave me, isn't it?
It is one I gave you.
Because you thought it was too hard or something, right?
No, it wasn't that.
What did you think?
I just didn't resonate to it.
I just noticed, Ari, you're now Ari the Fire Queen.
I noticed that already.
I did not. I'm sorry.
I could have put it in as ATF, but then somebody might think you're the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms
Oh, no.
Department of the U.S. The ATF.
Alrighty. So sorry I'm late here.
Of course, I could do ATFQ. There we go.
Okay.
Hey, Aries season is coming, Mr. O.
Uh-oh.
Just a reminder.
That's right. Not only do I have you, I have Ari.
There's plenty of us out here.
There is. And Lisa's an Aries.
Right.
They're everywhere. All right. What do you need to know about bids, work bids? Okay. Ten of Swords. And the caption says ruin.
The Ten of Swords is upright?
No, it's reversed.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Okay, and then it's the Four of Cups reversed. And then it's the upright Ace of Discs. So it's a little bit around there. There's the snaky snake. And Mars, or the man, or possibly any inquirer or person.
Well, the Ten of Swords being reversed.
No, it's not reversed. I said that.
Oh.
I said it was subtitled Ruin. See the
Ah.
10 at the top there?
Yeah, I thought I saw the 10 at the top. That's why I asked to begin with before. The Ten of Swords upright indicates to me that, I can't help but think of that snake there I'm seeing too in this case. I don't know if somebody's being deceptive here. Um, I don't know if this. Are you working on bids right now? Are you working on anything right now? Or do I need to look at this as a future bid? Because um, something may not be right. Something may not be right if this is about something coming to you, a bid that comes to you. Investigate things carefully, that come to you, especially Alicia, during this Mercury retrograde. Because, the snake is here, the Ten of Swords is here. There could be somebody who's not, has your best interests in mind and may not be the right fit for you to take on that job, or there might be something shady about it. Just very strange. But I'm getting that really strongly because of Snake card and because of that Ten of Swords.
Well, the 10 of Swords is definitely makes me feel like this is saying if this possibly refers at all to a specific set of bids that are right active right now over the course of this next week or so, these things look like they're just not going to work out. But they're not working out will probably end up being something that will be better in the future, like being able to pick yourself up and move on from this situation won't be as bad as you thought, perhaps. Okay, well, then it is
Okay.
just talking about, the general climate here. And I don't know if that relates to what's going on with stocks. I don't really follow stocks enough there.
This is about bids. So I'm keeping it about bids. I think, okay, obviously you have nothing now, so this is talking about possible things coming. So be very wary about the things that are coming your way, particularly I feel during this retrograde, like I said. And the Four of Cups reversed, I feel there is something coming. That's what's leading me to believe something may be coming. Oh, it's upright?
No, it's reversed. I just wanted to show you that
I've
the
seen
idea
that
of the
one.
milk spilled.
Yep, spilled milk. Well, and that's what I was going to say, that I think that this should be whatever's coming your way, it may be something you'll want to pass by, that you might want to take a hard pass on. Um, and I just feel it's for everything I mentioned, that something's not right about it. I don't know whether it's, the way they want to pay you. I don't know what, but it's shady. It's just, there's something not right about it. And, or maybe it has something to do with just all the effort you would have to put in. Maybe they're just refusing to pay you appropriately. There's just something not right.
I'm going to go a little different with that reverse Four of Cups and suggest that um, this suggests that there is something to worry about in the sense of not having something active right now, or having something good to work with. That maybe this is suggesting choices you do have are not really very viable. But in that sense, if they don't work out, then once again, like I said with the Ten of Swords, maybe the pickup afterwards won't be super bad. I just
Well,
sort of feel like these are things that maybe shouldn't be started at all, is sort of a queasy feeling I'm getting here, or at this time.
Well, it's just a little bit odd to me, but I feel here there is something you really have to keep your eye on that may be coming towards you. And then there's the Ace of Pentacles here, which is
Yeah.
money and growth. And I feel here this indicates to me, I personally feel it's something else. I think that you might get more than one bid coming your way in, maybe not in the next week, but sometime in this Mercury retrograde, some things are going to come through. And one of them is something you absolutely need to take a second or third look at, because there's something not right about it. And the other one could actually be quite lucrative for you. That's the way it could be. Maybe it could be the start of something, that has some longevity. In other words, that people would come back for more.
It's that Ace of Swords. It sort of says there is something that probably, or I'm sorry, Ace of Discs. I'm
Yes.
sorry, something that maybe will come up through this time that will be the one thing that will pan out somehow.
I would say yes to that. You should focus on your own projects because if nothing else is happening for the moment, and especially with Mercury being, just going into retrograde literally, today, maybe it would be a good idea, and just see if other things come through. If you see things that you want to go after, I mean, apply, put in a bid for or some work, then do it. But otherwise, I would just say work on your own projects. Maybe that's what that Ace of Coins is about there. I mean, it's possible.
Well, in that sense too, the Four of Cups is maybe a choice reversed to work on something that you feel good about. And in this case, that would be maybe, saying your own stuff too. I'm kind of concerned about what the Lenormands are saying down there with that snake.
Right, and I've been talking about it, so I'm not sure what more I could add, but I'll get to it. Um, I just want to say to Ari there, I think you're on to something. Remember how I said to look at all the things you like about him? Why don't you at least try to see there must have been faults, there must have been things wrong. Why don't you look at that as well and maybe think he wasn't all that? So, back to this though, Alicia. I feel here with Mars or the guy here and the snake is definitely saying that there's somebody out there who is not an honest partner. They're not an honest partner. They're sneaky, they're deceptive, and so be aware of that. I'm not saying you shouldn't try to get other bids. You say you're working on your projects all the time anyway, but maybe put a little bit more focused attention there and see what that brings you. However, you shouldn't shut the door completely on the other because that Ace of Coins indicates something good might be out there. However, just watch your back. This is that time of the year when Mercury goes retrograde where, you know, people can be fooled by stuff.
Right. I mean, this looks like it's a good beginning for something that you would be interested in, but it's one of a number of things that are you're going to have to discern for itself. Other possibilities may arise, and I think that's where we're seeing that at. Not everything is going to be straightforward. Looks good. Some things will be dubious, and you'll probably be able to see that.
It just sometimes the whole tarot reading will lead me in one direction, but this makes me feel there's two things going on here. That there may
Hmm.
be more than one thing coming through. So good luck with that.
Thanks, Alicia. Good luck.
And we're on Route 1. And just wants general guidance.
All right. That's going to be your deck.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
All right. And I will bring out this
Somebody
one.
told me that this Urban Tarot would be a good deck to use in Goth Tarot.
Oh,
I
why
can
not?
kind of see it a little bit,
Sure.
just because it's so kind of realistic situations in it.
Well, I think that's not a bad idea.
I have too many decks to use.
No, you don't. Well, as far as Scott Tarot goes, actually, yes, you do. You never have too many decks, Mr. O.
Yeah, it seems like it was a very long time ago for me. Certainly before this relationship, so very long time ago. There was somebody that just I pined over forever. I don't think it was years, but it was a long time.
General guidance. Okay. So, Sunny, am I going to be lucky tonight? Were you pointing at my lucky? Why, thank you. All right, the Prince of Arrows is reversed. Come on. Oh, boy.
That's the Prince of Swords,
Correct.
or Knight of Swords.
And now I've got the Lovers reversed. Jeez. The Five of Cups is upright. What's going on here?
I know there's more things about emotional stuff, but then the mice.
Right. Well, this is a real emotional, distressing reading in a way, general guidance. Jeez. All right. The Prince of Swords indicates to me that there could be some communication that just gets taken wrong. I just get the feeling. You know, whether this is between family, friends, or coworkers, whatever, or in your, bigger social circle, network. Just something that's taken wrong, and it's going to cause problems. Now, I don't know if you are the one who initiates this, or if you're the one who's going to be like taking this, whatever the communication is, the wrong way. And a lot of this kind of stuff can happen when Mercury is retrograde.
Is the Prince the Knight?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so it's the Knight of Swords and it's reversed.
Doesn't matter.
This is saying maybe, don't rush with certain things. Don't be reckless. You have to really be grounded when you're making certain decisions or when you think you're about to make those. So that's, the sense of guidance here. Is it about a question of a relationship? Because the Lovers did show up. Is this maybe saying that you may have this question about emotional situations and you have to really take your time with it and be grounded about it? It's not necessarily about a primary relationship, but it may be about where a strong relationship could be going, a question of direction.
Well, I feel with the Lovers here, somebody has made a wrong move or choice, and now this has to be righted in some way. And so, one party may think the other one has said something offensive or wrong, while the other party feels that they didn't do anything wrong, and something has to kind of straighten this out. I feel here, I'm saying what I'm saying. I went a little bit against the grain with the Prince of Swords there, but I feel like that came out for a reason, and I do feel it's because the Lovers are here. It's just like communication seems strained with people, in your social circle, like I said, wherever. There's a certain area right now in your interpersonal world where communications will get strained, and things have to be handled very delicately. And like Mr. O said, not necessarily carelessly. In other words, don't just react to something if you feel somebody has offended you or something. Or if somebody responds to you in a very anxious way, don't just react. Think things through and handle this the right way.
So with that Five of Cups at the end there, though, despite everything, you may find that you really need to maybe move away from something, or that something is moving away from you based on these interactions or decisions, or not being able to communicate or think well. And so it's probably going to be something that you feel ultimately maybe for the best, at least at this time. It could signal something, just a chilling off spot, but it may last longer.
Well, it's interesting to me because I kind of not sure. I'm not sure how long lasting this will be. It is true that the Five of Cups reversed indicates.
It's not reversed.
Oh, it's not reversed.
Nope. I didn't say it was reversed. They're your cards.
That interpretation sounded like the reversal. Okay. So, because that's usually moving on to something new. So I'm
But
sorry.
those are your words. I didn't say those words. I didn't say moving on to something new.
At any rate, the Five of Cups upright indicates that you're going to feel really disappointed about this situation, and you're going to try to figure out what you can do about it. I feel here with the Five of Cups upright, all is not lost because there's still two cups standing. So it's possible here this situation can turn around. And part of the reason I'm saying that is because the mice are here. And the mice indicates that maybe this can blow over. Maybe you can find a way to reconcile the situation and make people feel good about each other once again.
So I agree with that too, with the Lenormand and Rowan. The whole thing may be about bruised feelings or miscommunications between people who aren't necessarily in primary relationships, but have really strong bonds between them. And so it's really important to think things through and communicate effectively as best as you can.
It just seems like there's going to be some minor spats or disagreements and that will pass. And, love is stronger than these little arguments we have and misunderstandings. Sure. And so long as everybody's heart is in the right place, this will blow over. This will blow over. But it's, it's so typical of Mercury retrograde that, like, we may be misunderstanding each other here with our card interpretations. These things happen during the retrograde. These things happen.
Only one of us is more forgiving. It's not me.
Oh, bam, Mr. O. Anyway, that's what we have for you. This is a pretty somber reading in some ways.
In a way,
but,
yeah.
It just could be the mood right now.
The Mercury retrograde and stuff.
Once things start to settle into the retrograde a little bit more, maybe things can ease up a little.
We had an eclipse and we're having another one. So eclipses also can kind of play with moon energies which affect emotions.
Yeah, so that's what we have. Wow, and I think we're done. Look at that. We're done almost.
I saw that, Lisa.
It did? Wow, okay. Well, good luck with that situation.
Thank you.
Like I said, though, it can pass. It will blow over. So hang in there.
And I feel for you, Ari. I get it, so I wish you well, of course.
Oh, and no even worry about last week, water under the bridge.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Water under the bridge. Yeah, we appreciate you, Ari. You bring a lot of life to our chat, so we appreciate you.
You get people talking.
Yeah.
Which we like. We like that.
All right. So, that's our show. I want to thank everybody. I want to say if you do plan on coming to the Past Life show tomorrow, and if you really want a reading, you better get there right at the start because we got to get that list, and we can only read for so many in 90 minutes because the readings are more involved.
And we have to emphasize no other questions. We're just doing your past lives, your past loves.
But I will say this. If you don't get a reading, you just might want to stick around and watch the show if you haven't seen us do this before.
Because
it's a lot of fun.
Entertaining.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, all right. So with that, we'll say good night, good day. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye for now.